And we are back, back. I cannot wait. I kid you not. I told you when we do Brunch, a taste of Tobago, it is such a large cross section of people that visit. We have musicians, we have actors, comedians, financial advisors, writers, poets, you name it, and they grace the stage. But my very favorite type of person is that son and a daughter who is doing wonderful things in that world space, who is representing well, and who is unafraid of bringing the culture of Trinidad and Tobago to the world. And my next guest is no different. Now, I get the chance to speak to so many types of people, but it is really warming my heart when my young people are doing wonderful things. And of course, this particular lady has been an educator, a mentor, a musician for so many years. And it's not even funny. She has more to do. Could you believe it? So I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to welcome to the set, of course, Miss Josanne Francis. Josanne, good morning to you. And
good morning.
Seated with Josanne, one of your esteemed students, such a ball of positive energy when she walks in, Natalie Martin. So Natalie, yes. Good morning and welcome to Tobago. So Josanne, the floor is yours. Tell me what is going on in the space right now. What's new? What's exciting?
All right. Well, I am a daughter of the soil. Mm-hmm. I left Trinidad and Tobago when I was 19 to continue my studies in music because I'm a panist. I love playing pan. I've been playing pan for about 25 years now. And so I did my bachelor's degree in music education. Then I went on to do my master's degree in Steelpan performance with another son of the soil, Liam Teague. And actually right now I'm finishing up a PhD in music education while also teaching at the University of Delaware, which is what brings me to Tobago today. We actually came in last night.
Right.
I brought 7 students who are participating in a study abroad program that is fully immersive. So in the mornings, they are playing pan for 3 hours. And then in the afternoons, they have a Caribbean civilization class taught by UWI lecturers at UWI campus in St. Augustine. And that is what is going on right now for 3 weeks. Outside of that, I am, finishing up my dissertation for my PhD, doing a lot of performing and traveling as well, and just trying to take my culture as far and as high as I can and just spread it all over the globe.
And that is one of the things that I absolutely love about you. You are so unapologetic about being a Trinbagonian daughter. So you wear it as a badge, as a mark of honor, any and everywhere that you go. And that type of patriotism I have not seen in so long. I feel like it's missing somehow. And when I saw that you were going to be on the program today, it really, really warmed my heart. I am not kidding. Because I felt that what you are about, it just kind of emerged from what I was reading and what I was hearing. And that is a very powerful thing. And so this brings me to Natalie. So Natalie, welcome once again to Brunch, a Taste of Tobago. What has your experience been like thus far working with Josanne?
Incredible. Like even before this program started, I spoke with her on the phone a couple weeks before this program started, and she and I just like clicked in a second, and her vibe and energy just like was incredible. And I've been to Europe, but I've never been outside. I've been to London and Ireland, and this was just a complete like change of scenery, and I had no idea what to expect, and I've just been like completely blown away. I am not musically talented at all. I have no experience, but it's just been incredible. Like the environment, the vibes are just awesome. And we've had 2 3 practices so far, and we've learned a song, which is like the coolest thing ever. And there's 7 students, and we're all living in a house together, and we'll just be like humming the song, the tune of the
Yeah, it kind of just sticks in the brain. Yeah.
It's incredible, and learning, like being immersed, like in the culture is incredible. Like when we landed, we had a performance that was outside of the airport of Pan, and it was like we were just like smiling the whole time. It's just been incredible so far.
I think the actually being in the space, there's a certain magic that we have. Now, I always make mention, for those of you who watch Brunch, my die-hard Brunch fans, good morning to you. We always speak about there's a magical essence to Trinidad and Tobago. It's hypnotic. It's exciting. It grabs you without even apologizing. You get to the space and it's just that. It grabs you. So hearing about Steelpan or hearing about Calypso and art that is very indigenous to us, there's a whole other vibe when you actually get here and you're actually in the space. Now, Josanne is such a wonderful ambassador because she flies the flag wherever she goes and makes it known that, hello, I'm Trinbagonian and this is what we do. This is what we're about. We are icons. We are pioneers. We are artisans. We are poets. We are everything balled into one. So our creativity is so hypnotic. It's so immense. And being in the space is a wonderful and beautiful thing. But Josanne, I absolutely love you. I'm meeting you for the first time, but I love you. I love you already because you are constantly giving that energy positively. You're giving it back positively. And that is something that we tend to dismiss just a bit too easily. So we lose the human aspect of what life is supposed to be about. It's that love, it's that abundance, that love for energy and kindness and culture and art and music. And you have been involved in music for so long. For so long. And some of the persons that you have met shared the stage with Kennedy Center. I could only dream of getting to Kennedy Center because that's like the creme de la creme. Lincoln Center, you've been there. You know, one of the things that stood out for me, that Rising Leader Award. Tell me just a bit about that.
So while I've been living in Maryland, so very close to the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area for the past 9 years. Well, this year would make it 10 years. And when I first moved there, I moved to work with this nonprofit organization called Cafe that uses a lot of Steelpan as the draw for kids to come in because that's what they want to do. They want to learn and play and perform. And I would take them to places to perform. And we'll go to schools, we'll go to a lot of different places, and there was a lot of interest in Steelpan. And people wanted it in their programs, but they didn't necessarily have the funds to purchase instruments. So over the years, I developed a program called Steel and Wheels, and I take Steelpan to places, temporarily setting up programs so that students who otherwise would not have access to learning how to play pan would get the opportunity to do it. And through that, I've reached a lot of students in the state of Maryland, Virginia, in DC, in New York. And between that and a lot of the performances I do, I attended an event that was under the auspices of our ambassador, Anthony Philip Spencer. And I had no idea he was going to do this, but he recognized a few people for their contributions to the culture in the diaspora. And he recognized me as a young upcoming leader in the diaspora, and I was completely speechless because I do what I do because I love it, and I want to spread and make everyone aware of our rich culture and our creativity, our resilience. That's why I do what I do. And to know that people are watching and seeing and recognizing that it's happening, and it's my own people recognizing it, I feel really, really, really good about that.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say that the evolution has begun. There is a certain type of narrative change that is taking place with regard to our culture. It's very, very immersive. It's almost in your face to the point where, oh no, I gotta get myself to Trinidad and Tobago. They're doing the most right now. I gotta get to TNT. And it's that kind of energy, it's that kind of vibe that makes us who we are. So students are having this wonderful opportunity. Natalie, you are making history right now, just being able to be a part of this. And one of the things that really, really, really stands out for me, giving that legacy to the young. Too many times we're disconnected. So you have the wisdom of the elders over here and the innovation of the young over here, and they just don't meet. Too many times. And this is why what you're doing stands out so immersively. It's like an immense force. It's like a frequency, and it just is enveloping everyone and everything. And tell us about plans for your school. You're embarking. Have you embarked on having your own school, or this is like the next step for you? What's next for you?
So many things. So many things. Well, I spoke about, so Steel on Wheels is doing very well. And I'm able to be, when I say Steel on Wheels is in several different schools. And the thing with that is that it's not just giving students the opportunity to experience playing pan, but it's also giving other steel pan educators opportunities for a teaching job, because very often you have a lot of steel pan players who are great educators that don't necessarily have opportunities to teach. So my plan is to keep that going. I'm finishing up my PhD right now, so I want to see steel pan in more collegiate programs, and I do want to continue creating opportunities for people who are not part of the Caribbean culture to experience it, because there's only so much I can say about it. And you were just talking about that, like hearing about it and watching videos is very different from when you touch the soil. It's like you just get Bago, and it's just
hypnotic.
a totally different experience, because among the students I brought, some of them have played steel pan before, but playing pan in the US, like not on Trinidad soil, is very, very, very different from when you touch down here and you get to engage with the people who are doing it all the time. The little children this high playing in front in panorama
and dancing.
Playing, standing up next to someone who might be in their 60s, standing up next to someone who has maybe been playing for 1 year. Just the community aspect of it, I'm really, really driving home for the students, and I want more people to be able to experience that, because there's no amount of words I can say, no amount of words that could be written or videos that could really, really speak of that experience you get when you're in the place and it happening there.
And I think it's really surreal as well, because you get here and there is that spiritual resonance that happens because you're actually in the place where steel pan was created. And it's something that you cannot ignore. So it speaks so much to what your experience would be had you not been in the space. Your experience would be educational, it would be, enlightening, but there's that spiritual connection that you would not feel. Because you have to be here. And I know you know what I'm talking about. I know you feel it, because it's actually that point blank period being here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Absolutely. And Natalie, she just said that she's not a musician, And most of the students who are on this trip are not musicians, but if you see them like playing and engaging with the music, you wouldn't tell that they aren't musicians, that they don't consider themselves. You are a musician.
It's so
Natalie.
fun.
Yes.
It's so
You are a
fun.
musician. But and that really speaks to the power of our music too. What we're able to get people to do through Steelpan, through calypso music. People who thought that they couldn't play an instrument before, here they are playing a whole tune in less than 2 days.
Yes.
You know? So
You know, Josanne, we are so very honored. We are so very proud of this magical journey that you have started. And it's a constant journey. It's never ending. But actually taking the time to let the world in, that in itself speaks volumes to your character as a woman, as a Trinbagonian daughter, you name it, a queen in your own rights. And this is something that we are never going to really get a chance to live down, because it's something that's going to go from strength to strength. So before we wrap, just give me, I see so many wonderful students here with you. They couldn't join you on set, unfortunately, but who are the other students that you brought with you? So we met Natalie.
So we met Natalie
Right.
in the studio looking directly at me right now. We have Benson. He is originally from Texas, and he is a steel pan player. We have Gabriel, who's also a steel pan player, percussionist. And we have Jonathan, another percussionist from the University of Delaware. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have, I'm like counting them. Then we have Lydia. We have Will. And who am I missing?
Zion.
And Zion. So 7 students in all are here, and they're also going to get the opportunity to share like their knowledge in percussion, the 3 percussionists. So we will be presenting a workshop at University of Trinidad and Tobago on the 26th,
Okay.
where we would be able to engage with the students from University of Trinidad and Tobago, so that there'll be like a real cultural exchange happening. So
Definitely.
they'll learn tambu bamboo, and then they'll be able to share some of their knowledge on some of the orchestral percussion instruments and formal marimba, etc.
Definitely. And this is a wonderful initiative. Gil, I am so proud of you. I'm speechless, and that's rare, because I feel so proud. I feel so elated, and I just want to thank you so much. Thank you for the love of your country, because that is what's fueling this whole evolution right now. So we thank you so much. Thank you to Natalie for being here. Thank you for
Thank you
being
for having
such
me.
a
This is so
wonderful
exciting.
energy. And we wish you so much peace, so much blessings, and of course success
Thank you.
in
Thank
whatever you endeavor to do. We'll definitely be keeping in touch, because we want to see, as you evolve, what happens on the next exciting part of your journey. So thank you once again for
Thank
being
you
a
so
part of
much.
Brunch. So we're
you.
going to take a break. We're going to be right back with more. Of course, our trivia question. Oh, tongue twister there. Our trivia question I must mention before I leave you. There is a fruit that was exported from Tobago. It's a local fruit. It was exported in the early 19th century. What is the name of that fruit? So we're going to have that answer at the end of the program. We're going to be right back with more Brunch. Taste of Tobago. We meet the Miss Tobago delegates for 2024. You don't want to miss this. We'll be right back.